Hi everyone, this is Sana here. This is a quick kind of like 11-minute morning wake up moves. Nothing fancy, just moving into the body, getting up, shaking out, rolling out all that stiffness of the night. So just standing with feet nice and wide, however feels comfortable. Swaying arms around a little bit, reaching up overhead, stretching into the right side of the body, stretching into the left side. And as you move, just go to the spot where it feels really good. Hang out there. And then just waving down into your forward fold, swaying around, really hanging the torso down. Relax the neck, the face, the jaw. And again, just moving from side to side, looking for that spot and that place where you feel you need the stretch to just kind of like creep into, lingering where you need to, coming to sit down into a tippy toe squat. Swaying the body from side to side, waking up knees, ankles, hips, reaching right arm back behind you, opening into the chest, reaching the left arm back behind as you open into the chest, and slowly just guiding the sit bones down to the floor, making your way into a comfortable seated position, however feels good for you. Sitting up nice and tall. Remember that swaying movement from side to side always helps. Makes the body feel a little bit more comfortable. And reaching right hand down, left arm up and over as you stretch into the side body, and reaching your left arm behind you as you reach into the right side of the body. Swapping around, same thing on the other side, left hand down, and then reaching right arm down, left arm up over. Hands walking out in front of you just a wee little bit, swaying into the side body again. You can drop elbows down if you feel the need to, and slowly curling up as you start to straighten the legs out just a little bit, leaning back into the hands, opening the chest. Maybe even drop your head back if that feels nice for you, and slowly curling out of it as you fold forward into a gentle forward fold. And you're going to move in and out of this gentle forward fold with the knees bent, rounding into the spine and opening into the chest, just to the point where it feels doable for the body, depending on how the body is feeling. So early in the morning, checking in with the neck, the face, relaxing the jaw, and then sliding the feet nice and wide, coming into a straddle. Right arm on the inside or top of the right leg, reaching left arm up and over, and slowly just beginning to lean a little deeper into that side body. Same thing to the other side, left arm onto the left leg, and reaching right arm up and over, and repeating it once more on either side. And this time around, maybe reaching for the toes. All the time checking in, how is this feeling for the body? Don't make it too hard for the body. You've just woken up. And then resting elbows, forearms, maybe just hands down onto the floor out in front of you. Rounding into the spine as much as feels good. Maybe having the legs active, maybe not. And then hugging the knees into the chest, just sitting for a while on the sit bones, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the feet. Making your way onto your hands and your knees, and then you just move, snaking it out, stretching it out, and move around in a way that maybe you haven't tried before, reaching one leg out to the side. See how that stretch feels, if it changes it at all for you. And it doesn't have to look the same on the right and the left side, because let's face it, right and left side of the body doesn't always react the same way. So take a bit of time to just linger here, beginning tuck toes under and straightening the legs out into a downward facing dog. And you can keep going with the movement as you walk the legs out, maybe twisting hips to the one side, other side. You can even take the sit bones all the way down to the floor, working into those legs, and then rolling in and out into a semi-plank maybe. Slowly walking the feet forward towards the hands, softening the knees as you curl all the way up, and then snaking the torso all the way down. So it's like a cat-cow kind of movement, but standing up. So really working from the lower back spine all the way up into the upper back neck, and then snaking it a few times up and down. Making your way back onto your hands and knees, and then stepping back into your downward facing dog. And then you're going to really just begin to sway from side to side. Shifting the weight to the right side, shifting it to the left side, maybe lifting opposite leg and arm away from the mat, kind of like a semi-crazy side plank kind of like motion. Just checking in, where's your balance point? How are you getting there? And then reaching the right knee to the nose, placing the right leg down for your pigeon pose. Swaying around for a few moments here, checking in with the hips. And again, crawling around, moving torso from left to right side until you find the stretch. Use your neck, use your arms, use your whole body to find the stretch that works for you. It's really easy for us to get stuck in doing the pose exactly the same way every single time. But it's really quite extraordinary to start experimenting and moving around in the pose that you know so well. And you might find a stretch that you never thought was there. A spot that you forget to stretch and reach into. So linger, take your time, move the head around, and don't force the body. Let the body just move to where the body feel that, okay, that feels good. I can breathe there at least. I don't have to like hold my breath to be able to do this. And remember, it's your body, it's your practice, it's your movement. Curling all the way up from there, taking the left foot to the outside of the right knee as you move into a gentle twist. Maybe leaning back a little bit into that hand resting behind you, so not squishing the torso up into the thigh too much, opening from one side then to the other side, and slowly stepping yourself back into your downward facing dog. And again, moving around a little bit as you prep for the other side, guiding the left knee to the nose and resting that left leg down, setting up for your pigeon on the other side. And the same thing happens here. It's not the same side, it's a different side. Just go with your body, learning to allow the body to dictate where the movement's going to go. You can always go into a more formal practice later on into the day if you feel that this is a little too crazy for you, but you've just woken up. Your body is very knowledgeable and knows exactly what kind of stretches it needs, so allow it to guide your movement a little bit. You might be really surprised, and you might find that it gets easier to move in this way if you simply allow yourself to listen. Rolling around a little bit here, easy does it on the shoulders and the neck, checking in with the spine, softening the legs, try not to keep the body too rigid, and curling all the way up, left foot outside of the right knee, spiraling chest into a closed little twist there, and then opening up to the other side, nice and easy, maybe leaning back a little bit into the hand behind you, and from there, curling all the way up, kind of like, what would you call it, more like a belly dance, kind of like movement from side to side, just rounding and swinging and swaying into the upper body, and taking the movement up into your shoulders, and just move the shoulders up and down, scrunching, maybe one to the ear, relax other one, rolling them around as if you're swimming and really enjoying it, not as if you're drowning, and kind of like straightening the legs out, opening chest, rounding into the back of the spine, all the time relaxing the face and the neck and the shoulders, folding into a forward fold again. This time round, the legs might straighten out a little bit more. Again, not forcing the body to go, just going with the movement that's available for you. Guiding yourself onto your backs, lifting the legs up into the sky, and really relax the legs. And you're going to just begin to kind of like cross them over one another, drawing big circles from side to side. Legs don't have to be straight. You're going to feel how the belly starts to activate maybe a little bit more, how the lower back presses down into the mat, and cycling the legs out, relaxing the shoulders and the neck. Very good practice to check in with how maybe you might be using your neck and your jaw to do this movement, and you really don't need that. You're just using the belly. Bringing the feet together, drawing circles clockwise, counterclockwise, and then hugging the knees into the chest. Again, continue with the movement. Lengthening out the lower back spine, moving into the hips, beginning to slow it down a little bit more. Lingering on the one side for a bit, lingering on the other side for a little while, reaching and stretching into the arms. Maybe the breath starts to soften a little bit more. And slowly, slowly beginning to release the legs all the way down to the mat, giving the body a nice long stretch out. Reaching into the fingers, reaching into the toes, wiggling it around a little bit. And rolling yourself onto your right side and slowly making your way all the way up into standing. Have a fantastic